back. Sure, I would get a phone call as soon as I start live. But listen here, real quick. We're going to do something that a lot of people refuse to do. We're going to actually listening to some opposing viewpoints while still standing firm on protecting Black Americans. We got three different white perspectives on Chud the Bussy. And we got people defending him. We got people disagreeing with what he's talking about. But I think it's very important that we hear what's going on the other side so you ain't out here lost and see what's up. Because I know y'all know by now that he had a GoFundMe that was raising $100,000 and he surpassed that already. I mean, I'm not surprised. But I want to set the scene real quick. So I'm going to kick it off with a little Professor Black Truth. If y'all don't know Professor Black Truth, y'all need to get on and get about it. But real quick, check this out. I want to set the scene.
Wednesday, May 13th, 2026, 1:20 p.m. Chud the Builder wanted to be famous. More than that, he wanted to be a hero to white supremacists everywhere. And in a roundabout way, now he is. The same way that Derek Chauvin's a hero to them. For years now, he's been doing his racial agitprop crap where he would run up in black people's faces yelling racial slurs. But it seems that being an offline racist troll doesn't pay very well. We'll get to that in a minute. Like all white supremacists, the only thing this guy could think of was to do the same thing, only more of it. So he increased the frequency of his racist antics by going on a spree of live streaming himself running up to black people in public, yelling his racial slurs, and then daring them to do anything. Well, inevitably, somebody was going to take him up on that offer. People began to recognize him and got tired of seeing him, so he got tuned up at a gas station, allegedly, which he wasn't expecting. See, the white supremacists aren't very bright, that's why they're white supremacists. But in their minds, they imagine that black people aren't going to ever do anything, and even if they do, well, mighty white supremacists can easily handle them, right? You know, fights with black people are a lot easier and a lot less painful when they only take place in your imagination. After Chud got his comeuppance at the gas station, he decided to mouth off at the cops because they didn't take his side.
If what you're doing is going around using racial slurs and profanity, that's a little different.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Are you gonna argue that in court?
I mean,
Because I walked into the gas station and walked out.
okay.
And as I'm walking to my truck, I turn around, he's got something behind his back that looks like a gun. It's a drill.
Well, they're saying that.
So I turn around, I don't give a fuck what they're saying. It's all recorded.
I got you.
And it's live streamed.
I know. I got you. And I'm just telling you.
And I have every right to say whatever I want on the internet without being chimped out on in public.
Okay.
All right.
You got your ID on?
Hey, what was your name and badge number?
71400-1162, sir.
This, especially when your officer comes up to me and says, hey, I've seen your content, but don't you think you kind of would expect this? No, I don't expect people to break the law. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I've broken no laws. And so I don't appreciate that being an excuse.
But this is an important point that shouldn't be glossed over. It's not just black people who recognize this creep. Even white cops know who he is. And even they told him, what do you expect? This incident went viral, and it wasn't just a personal embarrassment for him. Now the same internet that egged him on was laughing at him. Chump responded to this by openly threatening that he was going to kill a black person the next chance he got. This was an open, unambiguous threat. And where were the police at? This scumbag was unquestionably escalating his violence and being bold about it, but then again, this is precisely what the thugs in blue and the prosecutors want.
Real quick, y'all hit them like buttons, man. This is Professor Black Truth. If y'all don't know about Professor Black Truth, y'all need to get up on it. It's a daily briefing. He's speaking about his daily crime report. He do it every Friday. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but I definitely want to get into these opposing views. So hit them likes while y'all up in here. Chud was a good dude. You really think so? Stop kirking out, fam.
They allow these violent white supremacist trash to stay on the loose because they want them to carry out some act of anti-black violence. So whatever he does, the police are just as complicit as he is. Chud, whose real name is Dalton Etherly, was scheduled to appear in court in Clarksville, Tennessee, which is 50 miles northwest of Nashville. That's important to note because this incident that happened next didn't occur in Nashville. It occurred 50 miles northwest of it. Chud was summoned to be in court over a $3,300 debt that he owes to a credit company, Midland Credit Management, which filed a civil suit against him in February. But after the high-profile humiliation he suffered at the gas station in Nashville, with all the internet laughing at him, he was also at the courthouse that day to make a last-ditch effort at carrying out the racial ambush he had been threatening to do. So he saw a black man at the courthouse who predictably laughed and pointed at this circus freak. And then he walked over to this black man to start a fight with him. And that's what cannot be overstated here. Chud the Butthead intentionally walked over to a black citizen and attacked him. The black man didn't approach him. Chud went over to the black man looking for a fight, like he always does. He admitted this while he was live streaming. He admitted that a black man was laughing and pointing at him, and instead of respecting this black man's freedom of speech, Chud the Spud approached the black man to start a fight. And the police themselves were unable to deny this. Even they had to admit he approached the person that he tried to kill. So after Chud initiated his unprovoked confrontation with this black citizen, a fight ensued, of course. Chud then pulled a gun and shot this black citizen, which fortunately was non-fatal. Chud also wound up shooting himself too. Unfortunately, that was non-fatal. This resulted in the black victim being airlifted to the hospital, though he seems to be in good condition, and Chud was carted away by ambulance. So, in addition to shooting an unarmed black citizen for no reason, Chud the Butt Monkey also shot himself during this ambush. So the creep can't shoot or fight. This guy is the perfect avatar for the white supremacist. Cowardly, lazy, demented, annoying, and can't get anything right. Chud the criminal has since been charged with criminal attempted murder, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. But the one thing he hasn't been charged with is a hate crime. So you have a violent racist with an extremely well-documented public history of racial harassment and threatening racial violence against black people. He goes and attempts to murder a black person while hurling racial slurs, and the reprobates in Tennessee refuse to charge him with a hate crime. And this is important because it doesn't happen just in these red state hellholes. It also happens in so-called liberal cities and states like Seattle, Los Angeles, New York, etc. The hate crime laws are on the books, but there's an understanding among prosecutors that is unspoken but rigorously enforced that they do not charge anyone with a hate crime, that is, unless the victim is non-black. And this is why Chud the Schlub thought that it was a good idea to try this, because he knows the white authorities try to hold the line in their own twisted way for creeps like himself. And of course, you won't be surprised to learn that this isn't this criminal's first run-in with the law. In November of last year, he was running around falsely claiming that he was a police officer with the Clarksville PD. The same Clarksville where he carried out his shooting rampage. The Clarksville police put out a flimsy statement claiming that this wasn't true and that they take this situation very seriously, but obviously they weren't taking it too seriously because they also added some gibberish to the end of their Facebook post talking about First Amendment rights. In other words, they were giving him a wink and a nod. So apparently in Clarksville, the First Amendment gives you the right to impersonate an officer. Well, if you're a white supremacist, that is. And then on November 18th of last year, only a few days after this incident, he was arrested on a charge of harassment, with that case scheduled to go before a grand jury on April the 8th. In addition to the credit debt case, Etherly also faces a separate criminal case in which he's accused of becoming unruly at a Nashville steakhouse on just this past Saturday when he refused to pay the nearly $400 bill. In that incident, the restaurant noticed Etherly had been live streaming despite the staff having asked him not to. When staff asked him to stop, he became disruptive, yelling, screaming, making racial comments, and causing a disturbance inside the restaurant. He was told to leave, but he refused to pay for the meal that he had ordered, in which he ate 2 full entrees, drinks, and appetizers totaling $371.55. The restaurant staff kicked him out into the waiting hands of the police, who immediately arrested him. Fittingly, that arrest was caught on video and then put on the internet, just like Chud would have wanted. He was arrested and charged with theft of $1,000 or less, theft of services, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. He was released on $5,000 bond. His next appearance in that case is scheduled for July 17th. So, in addition to being a cowardly racist, he's also a deadbeat, and clearly a broke one since he has all of these debts he can't pay. Hell, he can't even pay for his own dinner. Yeah, Chud the Builder needs to focus on building a job so he can finally stop racking up all these debts he isn't paying. And
And look, I'm not gonna give y'all all Professor Black truth, right? Because y'all gotta go find that on your own. However, I'm gonna give you what I promised. I got some cringeworthy content for you, buddy. Let's go ahead and just start with the bullshit first, right? This one right here. So, with all the facts that's just been told, right? All the facts that you just heard, straight facts, no opinions. That's Professor Black Truth. He don't deal in facts. He deal straight, in opinions, straight facts, right? Listen to this side. This I scour the internet so y'all don't have to. Listen to your boy right here after all the facts you just heard.
Chud the Builder had to shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed to the ground and this man tried to take his gun. His name is Joshua Fox. He's a 33
Slammed to the ground. Now oh my god, man. All right, I'm gonna play it all the way through because it's really hard, man. It's really hard to let that shit play out. Yeah, that shit wild, bro. Wild as hell, fam. I'm gonna let this play out, man, because it's so cringe. It's the cringiest, fam. Just bear with me, okay? Here we go. Here go your boy. You might as well call him a Fox News affiliate because.
Chud the Builder had to shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed to the ground and this man tried to take his gun. His name is Joshua Fox. He's a 33-year-old black man. He'd previously been arrested for trying to kill his wife with a screwdriver. He was beating his wife. He called up random people with multiple different phone numbers and threatened them, and he tried to burn down a building full of people. Joshua Fox started this confrontation, calling Chud the Builder over, insulting him, aggravating a situation. Chud the Builder de-escalates and actually walks away. This man follows him, then assaults him, slamming him to the ground, which is seen on video. Joshua Fox lived. He is fine. American blacks believe that if someone says a mean word, then they can do whatever they want. They can even murder them.
I'm gonna kill this money. Him and his girl.
In 2021, a Dunkin' Donuts employee, Corey Pujols, murdered an elderly man for saying a racial slur, and many people argued that it was justified.
It was. You want to know why? You want to know why it was justified? KIPP, what up, fam? I got you in just a second here too, broski. Let me tell you why that was justified. Why you trying to bring up all of this other little BS, right? The older white gentleman was disgruntled about an order through the drive-thru, came in and assaulted the black man, and the black man hit him with a quick one, and cuz fell out to his death. It shouldn't have ran up. But these little pinheads like this dude, this look at him. Just take a look at this little pinhead type dude, man. These kind of, hold on, let me just see if I can make his little pinhead bigger. Because he got a pinhead. Mr. Pin. Look at that. I can't. I'm gonna put me in there. I look good too as well. Let's not forget that. Hold on. Let's not forget that. I do look good too. But we was talking about the pinhead. This pinhead dude, man. This is why you got people like redistricting black areas and this type of thing. This is the little pinhead dude that could not compete if he tried. That's my brother. Be nice. Who, him? Man, him? That's your brother? Okay. All right. I hear. Let's hear some more of this gibberish. And then I'm going to show y'all another opinion from the dominant society that's going to a whole totally different level. So I ain't going to say all, but we know majority. But let's go ahead and let this fool continue.
You don't even have to say the N-word. You could say something that almost sounds like the N-word and they'll try to assault you.
That's the question is, do that touch our little feelings a little bit? Because your little supremacy starts to tingle because you feel like it's something that you can't say. And then on top of that, let's ask the grand question. Why do y'all try so hard to be bad people? I got a pinhead, boy. Yo, mama like this pinhead, boy. What you talking about? Your mother like this pinhead, boy. Anyway, why do they try so hard to be bad people? You know, if it's something that has a negative connotation and is associated with oppression and all these other terrible things, why you feel like you just gotta do it? I hate when they try to just sit here and explain like, it's just a word. You should just don't feel it. It's just a word. What you mean? There's a lot of words that's just words that you gonna feel when somebody say this shit. That just happened to be one for us.
I don't speak.
No, you do speak. You said my nigga. I heard you say.
No, me this
You got
show.
5 seconds to apologize.
No,
Slap you open hand.
In fact,
That's how you supposed to handle that. That's how you supposed to handle that. That's it. Why you want to say it, dog? You got 5 seconds to apologize, or I'm smacking you open head, is what he said. I like that. Let me play that again.
Speak. You said my nigga. I heard you say.
No, me this
You
show.
got 5 seconds to apologize. Slap you open hand.
in fact, there are many black people who commit murder and get off on a technicality because their IQ is too low, or they actually murdered this person. They're convicted for it, like the 2 murderers of Ethan Liming, who got sentenced to 6 months, and the murderers of Valerie Schwab, who got 5 years probation. Emily Chapa, academic, Stack Swole.
Yeah, you can pull out these little these anecdotal little cases, man, but stop acting like a woman don't go over a group of her little white friends' houses for a sleepover and end up dead and don't nobody know nothing. Shut up, dude. Just shut up. Just stop it. But you know what though? I understand this about the world. It's the yin and the yang to this shit, man. We over here fighting and talking about truth and real shit. So there's gonna be the opposing views. But then, okay, then you say, well, J-Lo, everybody ain't like that. Here's some allies. Okay, is this what you call an ally? Listen to what your man breaks down.
Sam here, and Chud the Builder is facing up to 61 years in prison. Hallelujah. The ancestors have spoken. As you guys know, in Clarksville, Tennessee, he provoked a man. He even tweeted about it.
Real quick, it ain't lost on me that he said the ancestors. Just know that FBA lingo and everything we talk about is getting out there. What ancestors you calling on, boy? Stop that. Anyway,
That he was going to go out and provoke somebody until they do something so he can pull his piece. Now, the problem is there is stand your ground law in Tennessee, but it does not allow stand your ground to people who provoke the fight. And he clearly did. He actually tweeted about it. He was so arrogant and so high on his white privilege that he thought he could go around calling black people the N-words, saying all this chimping out stuff, and that he would be okay to defend himself. But oh my God, I cannot wait. He's probably already, somebody's gone balls deep on him by now, I'd imagine, or at least we can only hope. But this is not going to bode well for him.
and it's not lost on me. I had to stop it real quick. It's not lost on me that there's this obsession with bussy stuff amongst said community. I mean, even if we was thinking that about or hoping that that would happen to dude, we wouldn't have said it in that way. I hope somebody's balls deep in them. Really? Is that the visual that you did? Is that it, bro? Anyway, I'm saying, anyway, let him continue because he spit.
When he gets in front of that judge, when they review his tweets, when they see all of his past videos of all of his racism on display, he live streamed it all. I mean, it's not very smart. I mean, he's going to get what George Zimmerman should have gotten, if you know what I mean. This is for the souls of Travion, Sandra Bland, I mean, Sonia Massey, you name it, Philandro Castillo. This is for everybody, and this should be a lesson to all you racists that justice will come for you. And Chud the Builder is going to be Chud the Chugger in prison. Just
See, there you go again. See, I be with you when you're right, fam. When you're spitting, I'm with you. But here you chugging. What you talking about, man? What you talking about, bro? Jeez, Louise, man, we got a bunch of people in here. Make sure y'all hit them likes. Make sure y'all subscribe. Yeah, pause. I mean, God, I don't play the pause. Look, I don't play the pause game though, because I think my philosophy on the pause game is if you always got to say pause, that means you always thinking some gay shit to pause it. So I don't do that. Yeah, Travion. This is for Travion. This is for listen, I get you got good intentions, homeboy, and I'm not gonna disparage your message, but bring it down a couple notches, fam. Come on. Reel it back in for me, fam bam. I feel you, little Talcum X. I feel you, dog. Talcum X over there trying to represent. But anyway, man, this is the point of this video is you hear what he's saying, what should happen, right? The video evidence, the declaring what he's gonna do, and still ain't no hate crime. Would this be allowed if it was with against other groups? I feel like Chud, if Chud was Chucky running around in the burbs doing that to innocent people, not only or not even like their little gang banging little wigger little white youth, none of that. If he was just doing that, boy, first of all, a civilian probably would have been done shot him. And they would have tried to justify that because he was the angry racist black man. You see what I'm saying? Is this exposing what's really going on? I mean, it's like we know what it is, but I like situations like this because it's actually exposing. They ain't finna do shit about that. They love this shit. You see how much money Cousin raised in that short amount of time? It's ridiculous. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm emoji fold you, scold you about being on code, and you know. I got 4 words for you. I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes. I need you to go ahead and like for the spike in the algorithm. Please make sure you comment all your vomit and make sure you share if you care about getting black empowerment everywhere. I know that there was some information that was in this video that a lot of y'all ain't heard about, Chud the Bussy, but boom, y'all can go get up on that. Before I get up out the dodo real quick, just know that we got them FBA foundational Black American joints. We got that. Oh, so you mad I'm foundational? We got them. We come into Washington to get our checks, and we got them cut the check for foundational Black Americans, man. So make sure you say it loud and proud and say it with your chest. You can, matter of fact, let me make it real easy for you. This how you get there. You go to sayitwithyourchest.com. That's SAYITWITYOCHESS. Say it with your moves. Say it with your chest. Don't settle for less. Be the best. Love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the Doha for Shoha. Yeah, already